Yes, 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 yes. Welcome back to 108 Dragons TV, baby. It's your host, Lemon23, aka Lemetius, right hand is Zeus. And if you're new here and you like that brand new logo that I displayed in the beginning, I'm gonna need you to like and subscribe. It is greatly appreciated. And for everybody to stop through, welcome, welcome, welcome. Today's gaming news entails of the next generation of consoles, where they're going, what I think about it, what I think should happen, the vision and the comparisons, and we're going to talk about all that today. Let's just jump straight into this future next generation console news. Facts. First off, we're going to get into that PlayStation 5, the Xbox Scarlett comparisons. And the first thing I'm going to say is, for next generation, we will not have a lacking CPU. Right now, it looks like both of Sony and Microsoft will be using AMD's Zen 2, possibly Zen 2 technology, and the Navi GPU. Now, with the Zen 2, we will not have the bottlenecking issues that we had in past console eras, which is a great thing to hear. You definitely do not want to have no bottlenecks next generation. I think they both have learned from that. And with the new Navi GPU, it should be over the flops. I anticipate no lower than 10 teraflops for each system, maybe at 10, but no lower, because right now you already got the Xbox One X at 6, and I could definitely see them. They might can go at 8 or 9, but 10 is a wonderful round number, and that's what I like. Then we could talk about the Xbox Scarlett and the PS5 possibly using SSDs. Now, I don't know if I would want to use an SSD for storage for games, because external hard drives is the way to go. And Sony has adapted that also. But if you have an SSD to run all your operating system and your back operations, that would be a wonderful thing, because right now I do the same thing in my PC. I use a M.2 drive 256 to run all my programs, which is lightning fast, and then I play all my games off a hard drive. Now, another thing that's in the works and we know about is Project X Cloud streaming service. Now, people are saying, Lemon, how can they bring the streaming service to the masses? Let's just jump into this. First of all, Microsoft Azure servers has the infrastructure to take advantage and give you the best latency out of any service in the world. Amazon, Google, and them, they just can't compete. Now, on the PlayStation side, they have also jumped on board with the PlayStation Now on every device. They want it on cell phones and tablets. Now, you know, people are saying, I don't want to play that, but let me just put something in your head that would be amazing. Imagine playing your God of War and you have the PlayStation Now service that you possibly going to have a subscription to, of course, and you want to continue at your house and you don't want to buy new hardware, and you can use your cell phone, use your iPad, use your Android tablet, and continue your save on the road where you left off. Now, you have to say, this is an amazing feat. That is definitely the route that Project X Cloud streaming service is going with for the Xbox line of consoles. So we have to take that into account of, think outside the box. And if you don't want to buy a console and you want to just purchase the Netflix streaming service Project Cloud Gaming, there you have it. You don't have to go out there and buy a console. Microsoft is still going to get their money. They're still going to have abundance of games. They're going to have all titles on there. The developers are getting guaranteed money, and it brings a larger audience of gamers into gaming and possibly even picking up a console. And Sony has seen the direction of Microsoft, and they're going about it too, which brings a beautiful situation for the Sony gaming community also. Microsoft is leading the pack, and right now Sony is hiring new talent to take advantage of cloud gaming. Now, they have a steeper hill to climb because they don't have the infrastructure. We already know the debacle with the PlayStation Network names, which is just crazy. But if they're hiring people at a higher level, engineers, to get this working, they're taking it serious. Microsoft has an advantage. They already started working on this. We already seen it in action. So they have quite a few steps ahead of Sony. Now, we're going to get into Microsoft talking about bringing out 2 different versions of the Scarlett. First to hit the market was the Anaconda dev kit. And next was the Xbox Hart developmental kit. Now, people are saying, why they got 2 different kits? First off, I really feel that the lower end Lockhart will still be more powerful than the Xbox One X because it's definitely going to have a stronger CPU. It's definitely going to be no bottlenecks in that system. So I anticipate maybe a 7 to 8 teraflop system. And I think the Anaconda will definitely be the higher end. So you will be getting the Xbox One X basically and an S at the launch of the Scarlett. Now, that gives people options. You either can go for high end or you can go for low end. So people say, yo, Lemon, what do you think about the price? Well, I think the magical spot for a console not to be rated too expensive is the $500 mark. So if you can bring the new Scarlett Anaconda version at $500, you definitely can bring an Xbox One X remastered system in the Lockhart at least $350, at the most $350. Let me say, and that would be like the magic sweet spot. $300 would be out the window. They would be flying on store shelves. But this is a good idea because when they bring out graphic cards, they bring out different levels. The 1080 Ti's are $700, and soon as you drop to the 1070s, it drops immediately to $400. That's a $300 price difference. So if Microsoft has this in mind, this would be a great look for them because they would be diving in and there wouldn't be no mid-console rejuvenation systems, and that would be excellent. Now, Sony better take a look at that because if they're just developing a PlayStation 5 and think they're just going to come out with another system later, that might not work this time. It worked this time for both companies, and you know they both had their success. Xbox One S is doing better than the Pro, but I don't think they could get away with this twice. If they bring it out in the beginning, Microsoft would definitely have that lead. Tell me in those comments, what do you think? Do you really would pick the higher version over the low version right away? I know I would be pre-ordering the high version. I'm a high-end dude. I want the best bang for buck. Now, we're going to talk about Game Core. Game Core is another great situation for Windows and Xbox gaming. They're bringing UWP across the board, which means next consoles in the Scarlett system, they will have most definitely, I'm saying it out the box, bring all your games with you. Backwards compatibility, which there's over 1 billion hours played right now in backwards compatibility, and UWP across PC, which is happening right now, would be more of a standard on next generation PC games to easily port over to the Xbox platform. This is another situation that Sony can't really get involved with because they are not a PC gaming company. So they're reaching out there with their PlayStation Now to put PlayStation games on every console. That's their answer. So UWP across the board is excellent for Microsoft. Another future thing. Now I'm going to tell you something else that's amazing to me. If you look at the situation with the Xbox streaming service, the Xbox Game Pass, you really have a great situation. You have a great situation because right now Game Pass is $10 a month. And if they add this service of the game streaming, maybe for another $5 more, they're going to have a hit on their hands because I'm definitely going to jump in. I don't have a lot of time at work, but if I can go on my lunchtime and continue my Ori and the Blind Forest or my Halo Infinite or my Gears or that race and Forza, I'm jumping in. And Microsoft was laughed at my man Phil Spencer at Games for Services, and people thought it was a game until they made that $10 billion this year. Games as a service, it seems to worked out for Microsoft, and they're looking pretty solid. Facts. Now, another thing that I'm looking forward to in next generation, more developers, more players want cross-play. And I'm telling you, it seems like it might be a next generation standard. Sony got on the board late. Nintendo's involved, PC's involved, and it looks like people don't have to dedicate themselves to a certain console or platform to play with their friends with complete voice chat. Because I'm telling you, I played Fortnite with friends on PlayStation, and it's a good situation. They prefer PlayStation. I own everything, but I still prefer to play online on my Xbox. And I don't have to go on my PlayStation 4 and play Fortnite with them. I could just keep going with all my current saves, all my current characters, all my current items, and just play Fortnite with those guys on PlayStation 4, full voice chat compatibility. Because on PC, people have millions of different PCs, and they're playing Battlefield together, they're playing Call of Duty together, they're playing Fortnite together, they're playing PUBG together. So I think console can definitely learn from the PC experience, because we're more united in terms of the communication. They got Discord on PC, they got TeamSpeak, Team Chat, Team this, and then they have the games chat. So with console, it's more unified and more people in the same demographic of gaming and in the same environment. So that's what I will look forward to, and that's what I'm interested in. Hopefully it definitely goes in that direction. It's a wonderful situation. Only thing that kind of baffles me about Microsoft is this diskless SKU. Now, people are buying more and more digital every day. I agree. All my games are digital. I got maybe 4 or 5 games on Xbox that's not digital, but I game share. They got to bring that back. I definitely enjoy that, but I game share, so most of my games are digital. But to bring out a system that's just straight digital, GameStop is already in trouble. I don't know if that's going to work out for them. Not Microsoft, but GameStop, because people are jumping on board. What's the problem with a lot of these stores that selling the disc is they run out of the NBA 2K Ultimate Edition, like the LeBron Edition. They get a limited quantity when you can buy the digital version all year round. There is no, we don't have it in stock. That's one of the things I was looking at. But a diskless Xbox would basically mean you're definitely jumping on Game Pass, Games with Services, Project X Cloud streaming, and this is where they're going with that. And Microsoft has the biggest infrastructure, and that infrastructure is also open to Sony. It's not just closed doors to Xbox. Microsoft got the infrastructure around the world. It is amazing the situation they have set up over there at Microsoft, so they definitely could take advantage of that. Let me know in those comments what you think about these two different type, high-end and low-end Xboxes coming. What would you jump on? And the comparison between the PlayStation 5 in terms of power and the Xbox Scarlett. And also, tell me about this crossplay. Are you interested in crossplay? I really believe that that's very important to the gaming community for people not to have to make a decision on crossplay on third-party games. I think that would be amazing. And also, jump in them comments and tell me about that Project X Cloud game streaming. Would you enjoy taking your games on the road and you left your physical console at home and be able to continue your RPGs, your racing games, your shooters, your single-player story-based games? Would you enjoy taking that with you on the road? I would. That's all the news I have for you today. This episode is long as hell, but I love my gaming community. If you're new here, consider liking and subscribing. It is greatly appreciated. And I hope y'all enjoyed that intro. My man Jay does put a lot of work into that logo. Facts. And I'm out.